What's up? It's your boy Rectile Ronin. Bringing y'all another video today. We're going to talk about some things as it relates to the gamer space. First thing, I'm sure everybody heard by now about the $68 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard by Microsoft. And as you all know, Activision publishes the Call of Duty games amongst others like Diablo series, World of Warcraft, and the Tony Hawks. You know what I'm saying? The Crash Bandicoots. So when this acquisition happened, of course, there was a lot of concern and speculation, more so online in the gaming community, about what was going to happen with Call of Duty. Now, as you recall, when Microsoft bought Bethesda, there was a lot of speculation about which games will be still multi-plat, which ones will be exclusive. Now, the general consensus is many of the Bethesda titles are most likely going to be exclusive. So folks are wondering if the same thing will happen with Call of Duty. Well, in a lengthy blog post by Brad Smith, who is the president and vice chair of Microsoft, he went on to inform everyone that he planned to honor existing contracts, of course, with Sony, that Sony has with Activision that was put in place prior to the acquisition, but also that they plan to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation, even trying to get them on the Nintendo platform. All right, so that's a bit of good news, especially for PlayStation gamers and everything, and it works. All right, you don't spend $68 billion. You don't spend $68 billion to leave money on the table. You don't spend $68 billion to make only $30 billion. You spend $68 billion to make $68 trillion. All right, and they know Call of Duty is way too big of an IP to just keep on the Xbox platform. So it was really smart and good business, good money for them to, say, hey, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it on the on PlayStation. All right. Now, this is the thing. Could PlayStation have survived without COD? I say yes, because the biggest IP in the world, in the gaming world, is Grand Theft Auto. You keep Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation, the average console buyer is not going to jump. You keep Fortnite, which is the biggest free-to-play game out there, and it's free-to-play, generates a lot of money monthly, daily. The average console buyer is not going to want to jump to platforms over Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a big deal, and there may be some who love it so much they would, but there's just still a lot of variety on PlayStation between their exclusives. Between, you still got NBA 2K, Madden, the NFL and NBA, they're not going to want the game to just be exclusive to one system. You seen that with MLB, with baseball, with the show, and how they wanted Sony to publish that game on Xbox as well, and they end up coming to Game Pass. So the same thing with, they would have been cool. You got, Deviation Studios, excuse me, who, they're developing a new first-person shooter for Sony that I believe is going to be probably is going to be fantastic. When you think about it, these are the guys who are former Treyarch devs, so they know how to craft and put together a great first-person shooter. You feel me? They know how to put together a quality shooter. So I was really, excited that, even if they did take Call of Duty off of PlayStation, I was excited about the future, because that meant Sony was going to have to, get innovative and bring out some new shooters that was going to be able to compete with Call of Duty. So, but now it's safe. Call of Duty's on there, but I still think, the people still want something new. I love Call of Duty, but of course, the last two titles, they didn't live up to the expectations set by Modern Warfare 2019. That was a phenomenal game. Wasn't perfect, but it was phenomenal. You know, it gave Call of Duty back its footing. So, you know, Sony, they've bought up a few developer studios, and they're going to be working on live service games, multiplayer, online multiplayer. So I think they're going to be fine either or. But it is great to see that Call of Duty is staying on PlayStation. You know, it's good for gaming. Microsoft still can, you know, they can put it on Game Pass. They're still gonna have an advantage. You know, they can put it on Game Pass. You know, and all of that exclusive content. And then PlayStation owners, they're gonna just be happy that it's still on PlayStation. And so everybody wins. They still get their money. They still get their bread. Everybody wins. All right. They still got Bethesda games they can make exclusive. All right. So for all my Call of Duty players out there, you're good. And for my Nintendo Switch players, you might get a Call of Duty game. If I'm Activision, you know, because you know the Switch is a great console, but it's not as powerful. You don't want to hold back. You don't want to hold back systems, right? You don't want to keep everything cross-gen, or you know, you don't want games to be holding back, you know, newer generation consoles. If I'm Activision, I'm going to treat Nintendo a little bit different. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my most prestigious titles in the Call of Duty community. I'm going to take Black Ops 1 and 2. I'm going to give them the remaster treatment, the most premium remaster treatment. I'm going to do a better job than even with Mass Effect, what they did with Mass Effect. All right. I'm going to combine Black Ops 1 and 2. I'm going to remaster them. I'm going to give them an online mode, all maps on both of them. I'm going to charge $59, right? Both campaigns. We'll probably add a couple new maps, put a battle pass in there. All right, and that's what I'm going to deliver to the Switch. You know, that way, you know, Black Ops 1 and 2 are PS3, Xbox 360 titles. You're giving them their own Call of Duty title. You're giving them a prestigious Call of Duty title, something that folks have been begging for online anyway. All right, that's what I'm going to do if I'm Activision. I think over 80 million, near 100 million Nintendo Switches have been sold to date. All right, and if I'm Nintendo, I'm asking for this because that's more Nintendo Switch consoles sold. Because now we got those Call of Duty fans that are hungry and thirsty for nostalgia, from a nostalgic experience. You know what I'm saying? You can feed them. So they got the mainland Call of Duty titles on the newer generation consoles. Then on the go, they got Black Ops. All right. So that's what I would do. Moving on, let's talk about Crossfire X that just released on Xbox 2 days ago. I was able to get in a couple games. First impressions. The game, you know, I played the modern mode. I didn't play the classic mode because I like the aim down sight. All right. So let me just say this. The game has a lot of potential, but the game has more opportunity for improvement than it does potential. I mean, it was a buggy mess. I mean, God, when you shoot guys, you can see frame rate drops. I mean, the movements was primitive. You can't even prone the guns. I mean, the quality, the variety of guns, everything was just really generic. And this is only the multiplayer. I heard Remedy, who developed one of my favorite games of all time, Control. I heard they did the campaign, and they salvaged what they could do with the campaign, or did the best they could do. But you know, the multiplayer, it has, the gunplay itself is not too bad. All right, the gunplay itself is not too bad. You know, I play a lot of Splitgate, and the gunplay, you know, it feels like the Call of, let me see, what can I say? Like the Call of Duty version of Splitgate, if that makes sense, right? It feels different, but it feels kind of similar. The guns don't have too much recoil. It just feels fun, real arcadey, I should say. You know, I would make that my identity, make it real arcadey. I would keep it with minimal recoil, make it a really fun, accessible arcade shooter. But you gotta fix the game, the bugs. I mean, the hit markers. I mean, nothing in there is consistent. It's just more of a chore than an enjoyment. So that's my impressions on there. I know I don't want to, you know, disrespect the developer's art. That's art. When you make game, it's art. but you got a lot of opportunities for improvement. You know, this game was one of the biggest games overseas. I think in the China Korean territory, and it was mostly a PC game. So it seems like they just ported it and didn't do a good job porting it to consoles. And that's just a big opportunity for them. And you know, so if I was them, and we know we in the pandemic, you know, remote work, a lot of going on, stress. So you know, but still, and you don't release a product till it's ready, even in the pandemic, man. You know, don't do that. You could at least, you know, maybe release it in beta mode and did some beta. They should have did some open betas and said we're just testing the beta, and then say, hey, we just want your feedback, and then release it. You know, it didn't have to release right now. There's no competition on first-person shooters. You know, to be honest with you, you look at Battlefield 2042, Vanguard. I mean, there's no competition. You know, the best experiences right now is free to play with the, you know, you got Rogue Company, you got Splitgate and things of that matter. You know, so you know, Halo Infinite is really is real quality, but you know, there's not much to keep you engaged with it. I mean, there's a lot about the game that they gotta fix, but that'll be a different topic for a different video, for a different day. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, a lot of opportunities that gotta be fixed, and then you'll probably have a really good game. All right. So, you know, would I recommend it even free on Game Pass? I would say no. I would say just download Rainbow Six Siege for all you Game Pass subscribers, or it's still a really good game. Or Rainbow Extraction. If you like me, you like to play respawn modes. You know, I guess you can go in there for Halo. I would suggest Splitgate or Rogue Company right now, honestly. If you want to and just play the respawn modes, you know, the team death matches and all that good stuff. All right, so that's the video for today. Appreciate y'all for coming to hang out with me, man. I'm gonna be streaming, you know, Fridays I got on Twitch, you know, twitch.com/RectileRonin. I do my Friday night Fright Night. Gonna be streaming Dying Light 2. And then Saturday, of course, we got Saturday morning shootouts. We'll be getting into some Splitgate. We'll be getting into some Rogue Company. Might holler at Vanguard. Maybe holler at Halo. You never know. But Splitgate and Rogue Company, that's on the menu. Alright? That's on the menu. Alright, man. So till next time, man, y'all keep gaming. Alright? Y'all have a good, peaceful day. And I'm out.